Come have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 23rd of June 2024. With the Paris 2024 Games just a few weeks away, this year's Olympic Day, 23 June, takes on a special significance. This City of Lights is poised to deliver an exceptional Olympic experience, and the entire sporting community is brimming with anticipation. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that at least 39 people killed in Israeli strikes across the northern Gaza. Officials say Palestinian men walk along a narrow street past destroyed building in Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip. Palestinian and hospital officials said at least 39 people have been killed by Israeli strikes across the northern Gaza. At least 39 people were killed by Israeli strikes across the northern Gaza on Saturday as rescue workers scrambled to find survivors beneath the rubble. According to the Palestinian and hospital officials, Fadel Naim, director of the Al Ahli Hospital in the Gaza City, told the Associated Press that more than 3 dozen bodies arrived at the hospital. The Palestinian Civil Defense and Emergency Group active in Gaza said its emergency workers were digging for survivors at the site of strike in the Shati refugee camp west of Gaza City, and that it had pulled several dozen bodies from a building hit by an Israeli strike in an eastern neighborhood of the Gaza City. The Hindu newspaper also states that another official from United Kingdom Prime Minister Sunak's party probed over election bets. Sunday Times reports Britain Prime Minister Rishi Sunak arrives at the BBC Question Time Leaders Special at the New York City in York, England, Thursday, June 2024. Britain's Gambling Commission has already been reported to be investigating two Conservative election candidates, and the party's director of campaigning over the bets on the date of July 4 election. An official from Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's Conservative Party is being investigated by the Britain's gambling regulator over allegations he placed bets on the date of the general election before it was announced. The Sunday Times reported Britain's Gambling Commission has already been reported to be investigating two Conservative election candidates and the party's director of the campaigning over bets on the date of the July 4 election. Heat waves, natural disasters, explained a man covers his face using a cloth to shield himself from the sun as he inspects railway track during the hot summer day in the Delhi, India, June 18, 2024. Northern India has been bearing the brunt of the longest stretch of the heat wave in the last 15 years. Figures from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare suggest that at least 100 have died from the heat-related illness from March 1st to June 18 across India. Though this is likely to be significantly underreported, the high number of the deaths have revived discussions on labeling heat wave as a natural disaster. The Hindu newspaper states that New Delhi, Dhaka, to begin talks on the comprehensive economic ties. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina during a ceremonial reception for Bangladesh Prime Minister at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi on Saturday. The two countries will intensify connectivity and energy collaboration, says Modi. India to send technical team to Bangladesh to discuss management of Teesta waters. Both sides signed multiple Ministry of Unions. India and Bangladesh on Saturday agreed to begin a dialogue on Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement (CEPA), paving the way for broader economic ties between the two neighboring economies. In his welcome remarks delivered at the Hyderabad House, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that two sides will intensify connectivity and energy collaboration and announced that trade between the two countries is being conducted in Indian currency. According to the Hindustan Times newspaper states that opposition panel members likely to stay away from the assisting pro tem speaker. The opposition parties alleged that the BJP did not follow the tradition of appointing the most experienced member of the Lok Sabha as pro tem speaker. Three opposition leaders, T.R. Balu of Dravida Munitra Kazhagam, DMK, K. Suresh, of the Congress and Sudip Bandyopadhyay of the Trinamool Congress, who are in the panel or to assist Pro Tem Speaker Bhartrihari Mahtab, might not perform their duties as a mark of protest, a top opposition leader said on Saturday. Hindustan Times also stated that communal clashes erupted in Jodhpur, 51 detained and 2 cops injured. The mob set a local shop ablaze and vandalized 2 cars, including a police van. Also, Jodhpur, Rajasthan's Jodhpur police on Saturday detained at least 51 people in connection with the violent clash which broke out in the Sursagar area between the 2 religious groups late on Friday night, said the police official familiar with the development. Hindustan Times also stated that Assam plus death toll rise to 27, nearly 4 lakh affected, 1.71 lakh displaced. Karimganj remained the hardest hit with the 2.4 lakh people affected till Friday. Silchar, the death toll due to floods in Assam has climbed to 27 this year, affecting at least 30,90,000 people across the 19 districts, according to the report shared by the Assam State Disaster Management Authority (ASDMA) on Friday evening. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, GST relief from rents in hostel outside campus to platform tickets, railway station waiting rooms. The GST Council also recommended waiving interest and penalties for demand notices that have been issued under the Section 3073 of the GST Act, including cases not involving fraud or suppression of misstatements, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said. At the pre-budget meeting with the state finance ministers earlier in the day, Sitharaman had underlined a center's support to state that through timely tax devolution and GST compensation areas to stimulate growth. GST Council refers to Parliament panel recommendation to cut GST on the fertilizers to group of ministers. The Council discussed the recommendations made by the Standing Committee of Chemical and Fertilizers in February to reduce GST on nutrients and raw materials in the interest of fertilizer manufacturing companies and the farmers. Andhra Pradesh Finance Minister P. Keshav on Saturday said the GST Council has referred to a recommendation on exempting the fertilizer sector from the current 5% GST to the group of ministers on the rate of rationalization. New Delhi Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chairs the 53rd GST Council meeting in New Delhi on Saturday, June 22, 2024. Prospect of growth sacrifice in 2024-25 is the price for bringing inflation down, Jainath R. Verma. Jainath R. Verma, one of the external members of the Monetary Policy Committee of the Reserve Bank of India, says that the Reserve Bank of India is projecting a growth rate that is unacceptably low given our potential growth rate. The growth sacrifice of 0.75% or 1% will last not for 1 year. Jainath R. Verma, Reserve Bank of India Monetary Policy Committee member. Going towards the world news, including thousands of Israeli to mark as hostages' birth. Another official from United Kingdom Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's party probed our elections bets Sunday Times reports Israeli forces trap wounded Palestinian to jeep during a raid. Jordanian police find explosives in a residential apartment. Inside of the 3 men at the core of the Biden's brain trust, saluted by the Pope Francis lays bare the Church's contradictions on the homosexuality. Going towards science and tech, we have stringent regulations could hinder growth of artificial intelligence in India exports. In December 2023, the Delhi High Court asked the center to respond to a public interest legislation appeal against the unregulated use of artificial intelligence and deepfakes. India does not have specific laws directly addressing generative artificial intelligence such as deepfakes. It has registered and introduced a series of advisories and guidelines to encourage the responsible artificial intelligence development. As India grapples with the regulatory landscape for the artificial intelligence, a sector which has seen rapid development in the recent years, experts opine that strict regulations could stifle the country's burgeoning artificial intelligence-driven economy. Currently, India does not have a specific laws directly addressing generative artificial intelligence such as deepfakes. It has instead introduced a series of advisories and guidelines to encourage the responsible development and implementation of artificial intelligence technologies. Rotavirus vaccine torture data analysis raises false safety alarm. Two other self-controlled case series studies published in the July 2020 and January 2021 as also did not find Bharat Biotech or Rotavac vaccine to be associated with the increased risk of interception after the early dose. Slamming the recently published paper by Dr. Jacob Poliel from the International Institute of Health Management Research, New Delhi on rotavirus vaccine safety, microbiologist Dr. Gagandeep Kang says if you do 20 different analyses, one of them will appear significant. This is truly cherry picking data, cherry picking analysis, changing the data around, adjusting the data, not using the whole data in order to find something that shows the vaccine is not safe. Dr. Kang was a principal investigator of the rotavirus vaccine trials and the corresponding author of the 2020 paper in the New England Journal of Medicine, the data of which was used by Dr. Liul for his reanalysis. Most Indians want stronger climate action. Surveyors say villagers of Akupwadar village keep a watch on the forest while fighting the deforestation in Ranpur block, Nayagara district, Odisha in 2019. A third of those surveyed in India said that they think about climate change every day, and more than the half worry more about it in comparison to the last year. Around 77% of the Indians who responded to a survey said that they want the country to have strong climate committees. Results of the 2024 People's Climate Vote survey conducted by the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP), the University of Oxford's Department of Sociology and poll were published on June 20. They show a general trend worldwide of the people of the most countries wanting stronger climate commitments to address climate change. New treatment for osteoarthritis brings hope to patients. Genicular artery embolization (GAE), a minimally invasive intervention, is being offered to people with osteoarthritis for pain relief. At a webinar on the region Regain Your Pain-Free Knee Without a Surgery, jointly organized by the MIOT Hospital and the Hindu on Friday, experts said that the procedure provided pain relief for at least 2 or 3 years. Karthian Damodharan, director of the vascular and the interventional radiology at the hospital, said that a fine catheter guided by specialized X-ray machine is inserted to inject inert and medical grade plastic particles that block blood flow to the inflammation, causing new and abnormal blood vessels and nerve fibers in the knee. At last, there is a famous quotation said by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, whose birth anniversary is 22nd of May 1772. After 27 of September 1833, was an Indian reformer who was one of the founders of the Brahmo Samaj in 1828. The precursor of the Brahmo Samaj, a social religious reform movement in the Indian subcontinent, he was given the title of the Raja by Akbar II, the Mughal emperor. His influence was apparent in the fields of the politics, public administration, education, and religion. He was known for his efforts to abolish the practice of the sati and child marriage. Roy is considered to be the father of the Indian Renaissance by many historians. Rajram Mohan Roy says a famous quotation. He says that just consider how terrible the day of your death will be. Others will go on speaking, and he will be not able to argue back. Okay, thank you.